Good afternoon, everyone. It's Sal Warner. How you doing? And welcome to another episode of Chatterbox. Excuse me, frog in the throat, as they say. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another episode of Chatterbox. Let's say it loud and clear. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I hope you're all doing well and had a fantastic day so far. What you've been up to, what you've been doing. I hope it's nothing too bad. But anyway, glad to have you here. Happy to have you here, guys. Thank you for joining me. Before I start, please could you kindly subscribe to the channel and smash a like on the video. It would really help the video a lot if you guys could do that for me. That'd be absolutely brilliant. That would be absolutely incredible, you guys. Thank you so much. So that's before I start. But anyway, thank you for joining me this afternoon. It's been a relatively uneventful day so far in the world of Manchester United. When you think about Manchester United, how eventful it is at Manchester United at times. It has been, for our standards, it's been pretty quiet, hasn't it? It's been pretty quiet, if you're being totally honest with everyone. Sniper Man, how you doing, my friend? It's good to have you here, my mate. Good to have you here. Hope you're doing well, Sniper Man. Welcome to the stream. You're absolute legend. Let me just sort out these tweets and whatnot, if I can get these tweets and whatnot over. Sorted out for you guys. That would be absolutely incredible. Let me just do this. And then we can go on from there. From Ghana first here. Big up, yo. What's going on, yo? What's going on? I hope you're doing well, my friend. Just sorting out my tweets and whatnot. So I'm just getting myself prepared for you guys for this show, of course. I've got a big show coming up. Got a very, very special guest, of course, from Ghana. So I hope you enjoy the show and I hope you enjoy the elements. I hope you're all well. Thank you for joining me. So how have you been? Hope you're all doing well. Firstly, we're going to be talking about Manchester United and the announcement that Ligt and Mazraoui have been training with Manchester United. They have been training with Manchester United, and that looks as if though that they're testing their fitness, see how fit they are for the coming game on Friday. If they can make it for the game on Friday, obviously they have to test the waters to see if the players are fit, etc. Of course, I personally would love to see them play. That would be absolutely brilliant. I would love to see those guys play, but if whether they start or not is another story. Sniper Man, I think I'm becoming old. I was watching something and out of nowhere I felt sleepy and accidentally slept. The thing is, I wasn't even tired, and I don't even sleep in the afternoon. Oh, you guys, man, you don't know what it's like to be old. You have no idea, my friends, what it's like to be old. You don't, guys, you don't. You feel everything. Everything you put in your body, you feel it, mate. Even if you if you have a skittle, you will feel it in your body, guys. Trust me, guys. Trust me. Mad team. Yes, but the photos quality is very bad. Yes, yeah, the photo quality is very bad. I hope my internet is very good today, because obviously I had problems with my internet. Obviously being in the Middle East at the moment, of course, yes, of course. Yeah, he's coming on, he's coming home, he's coming. Michael's coming home, he's coming home to the channel. Don't worry about that, he'll be here anytime soon to join us, of course. So, yes, Manchester United have been training in the training field. Carrington, Ligt and Mazraoui are basically Manchester United players, otherwise they wouldn't be training at Carrington right now. We're looking till Friday. That's what we're looking for. We're looking to the game on Friday, of course. We're looking to the game on Friday, and we'll see how it goes at the end of the day. If they're fit enough, they can play, of course. That'd be absolutely brilliant if they can play, guys. So, yeah, absolutely. I hope you're doing well anyway. Please don't forget to subscribe, guys. Please don't forget to smash a like. It's very important to the channel. It's very important to the channel. Yes, it is very important to the channel, guys. So today I'm going to be talking about did someone shoot the photo in Nokia instead of Snapdragon? Oh, that's out of order, guys. Sniper Man is on a sniper mission again. What are you doing, mate? You're absolutely parring these guys off. What's going on with you, Sniper Man? Sniper Man hasn't had any sleep, has he? He hasn't had any sleep, so you're going to get on the wrong side of the bed. If you get on the wrong side of the bed with Sniper Man, you're in problems, mate. If he gets out of the wrong side of the bed, should I say. If he does get out of the wrong side of the bed, of course he does. Let me just sort this thing out for you guys. Let me just sort it out for you guys, real quick. That would be absolutely fabulous, guys. Yeah, so it's been a brilliant start to the day. Manchester United, Ligt and Mazraoui training in the training ground, as you do. You do training grounds. That's how they do things, etc. So What we're going to be talking about today, we're going to be talking about Manchester United's next option, which is Manchester United's. What is Manchester United's next signing? What should be the priority of Manchester United's next signing? What do you think it should be, guys? What do you believe? I believe the midfield should be sorted out. That's my opinion. I believe the midfield should be sorted out. I think the striking area should be a bit later, of course. I believe that it should be a bit later. At the moment, the midfield looks a bit dry. If I'm being totally honest, the midfield looks a bit dry. And at the end of the day, we need to concentrate on what is most important. What's the priority position, of course. And don't forget, with my guest coming very soon, please don't forget to ask questions. He's a big journalist in Africa, so guys, ask questions, right? He's a legend, mate, so absolutely. Everton fans, Marvo, sorry about that, let me just read that out. Talk about Kai Rooney, our boy from Academy. Kai Rooney, of course, is another one from the conveyor belt of Manchester United Youth Academy products that are coming through. We have a very, very good conveyor belt of young players coming through at the moment, namely Shea Lacey, Fletcher. You know, these players are coming through at the moment and they're looking really good. Murray, obviously, Harry Matis had a debut. Another player, Bryce Bennett has one as well, of course. Yes, Rooney, yes. Pups, what's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. I hope you are absolutely Kushti, my guy. Right, let me add my friend to the stage first. Let's get this thing sorted real quick. Actually, let me just get this done properly, so I do it here because it's a lot easier for me. Let's add Michael to the stage. Guys, I'm going to add him to the stage and you can ask him any question you want. Any question. He's given me permission to ask you any question you want. So what's going on, Michael? How you doing, my friend?
I'm good. Nice to meet you. First time.
Nice to meet you too. Where are you talking to us from, my friend?
I'm talking to you from Ghana.
Accra. You're talking to us from Accra, yeah?
Yeah, I'm talking to you from Ghana, Kumasi. There's Accra and there's Kumasi.
My friend, all my friends are from Accra, man. That's where it is.
Definitely.
All my friends, you know, they're from down there. Great part of the world. Don't forget, great, fantastic part of the world. Now, I want to talk to you about. Look, I've seen you online. You're very present online. I've come across you the last few weeks. Of course, you're a football guy. Firstly, who do you support? I just wanted to know if you're allowed to say it.
I'm a Manchester United fan, a real one.
Yes, there you go. You're a Man United fan. There you go, my friend. There you go. So I can ask you anything about Man United.
Definitely.
And you speak from the heart, of course, in regards to Man United. So I basically wanted to ask you first about Manchester United's transfer dealings, and obviously they've completed the signing of Ligt and Mazraoui. Who do you feel? What position do you feel is the most crucial area of the pitch that Man United need to fix at the moment?
I think we need to concentrate on the midfield as it stands. We've been able to secure the signing of Matthias de Ligt, who give us enough experience at the back line. And despite his age, he's 25 years, but he has played in the Italian Serie A. He's played in the German Bundesliga. And he's played in one of the best IAS teams we've seen in the last 2 decades. So you'd understand that in terms of personnel, he has the quality and he has the experience. After signing him, I strongly believe we should look out for the defensive midfield role. Whenever Casemiro is on form, it's quite good for us. We click a lot. There's enough cohesion within the team, especially switching from defense to attack with one pass. Whenever Casemiro is on he's having his day. But when he's injured or when he's having a bad day, replacements that comes in makes it quite difficult for us to click and have that kind of cohesion that we need. And you need someone to also understudy him whilst he leaves out of the scene. So we need to attend to that particular number 6 role as soon as possible. We need someone who is aggressive, someone who is young, someone who could give us what Casemiro was actually giving us and actually nail under him. Then we need to get a number 8 to complement either the person that is coming to replace Casemiro or even Casemiro himself. I know Kobe is there. Kobe is an exceptional talent, a very good potential, top potential. But he can't play 60 games. Kobe can't play 70 games. Kobe can't play 45 games. You need to manage his time. And managing his time, you also need another quality on the bench to make sure that whenever Kobe is not around, that player fits in so well. And don't get me wrong, But you need players to get competition. And I believe, despite Kobe being an exceptional talent, being a top potential, he needs competition in that particular midfield. He needs someone that is always going to keep him on his toes. Then we do away with Christian Eriksen and Scott McTominay. I believe those two, they've done what is needed to help the club for some time now, but I think they should move on for other players to come in. So Ugarte, Fofana, or Ugarte, Adre Rabiot, I'm good with anyone.
What do you think of Sanderberg? There's a lot of noise about Sanderberg. I mean, I haven't. I mean, I'd be lying if I said I knew a lot about Sanderberg before this week. You know, people are talking about him. He's nearly 27. He's not my first choice in my opinion. As you said, we need someone like Ugarte or Fofana, someone who's young, who's going to be there for a few years and establish himself in that midfield as the shield between the midfield and the defence. I feel like we missed this for years and we keep getting the wrong signing. I mean, Casemiro's a great player. We know Casemiro's a great player, but his legs are going. We can't play him 60, 70 games a season. And Mainoo's a kid. You can't expect him to play 60, 70 games a season. It's just going to put too much pressure on him. Sanderberg, I mean, he plays for Burnley. He played in the Premier League, of course. What do you make of this name in regards to his quality? Do you think he's the quality that Manchester United need?
Mate, it's not about what he plays for, but it's about what he can offer. That is the most important aspect of the whole transfer window. Um, as a Manchester United fan, we've been quite um, happy with signings that comes with big names, that has big history. Like getting Casemiro from Real Madrid, we're so much excited. Getting Paul Pogba from Juventus, we're so much excited. We go to big clubs, pick big names, and bring them in. Some way, somehow, some have worked, others haven't worked. So this time around, if we decide to go for a player, not necessarily a player that is having a huge name or huge price tag or plays for Real Madrid or plays for Barcelona, but someone who could actually do the work on grounds. That is the most important aspect of the game. And there's going to be less pressure on him because he's not coming in with that big name, he's not coming in with that huge fee, and he's going to deliver. We've seen examples, especially with Roy Keane, how we brought Roy Keane into the club. You know, people thought that bringing a relegation side midfielder into Manchester United is not going to work, it's not going to do that. But at the end of the day, Roy Keane became one of the best players to have ever played for this club. So I have huge hopes for Sander Berge. I've watched him one way or the other, but not on consistent basis. I've had time to watch him during his days at Sheffield United when he came to Burnley for some time. Not all the games because Manchester United has not played Burnley every weekend. But there are some key games like when they played Tottenham Hotspur last season. I watched him. He's calm on the ball, and I think you need him in the first phase. In the first phase, he's not your elegant, press-resistant defensive midfielder. He's not that particularly elegant when it comes to resisting press, but more or less he keeps it simple and quick and has these particular long legs to manipulate his way through tight spaces. And you need these particular area abilities in and around the penalty box, and especially when you want a figure in terms of physicality within the midfield to battle opponents that have players in that particular kind of mode in the midfield. We can't afford to get bullied any day, anytime next season.
Absolutely. It's not all about names, and we've gone down this road of names throughout the years, as you said. I mean, when we signed Pogba, I was so excited. I mean, the atmosphere around the club was incredible. We thought we were going to win the league. We said we were going to win the league. We thought that's it. Mkhitaryan, Ibrahimovic, Pogba, all these players coming in. It was incredible. We thought we were going to win the league. In regards to Ten Hag, of course, he needs backing. He needs his first choice players in there. I'm not sure your stance last season, what your stance was last season. Obviously, I was very pro Ten Hag. I was backing Ten Hag because I knew what was going on around the club. It was a mess at the end of the day. What do you feel is Ten Hag's an acceptable season for Ten Hag next season? Given if he
think
gets all the signings expected to say, let's say he gets an Ugarte, Ligt, he's got Mazraoui and Ligt, of course, and he gets maybe a left back, maybe he gets a striker, Tony or Evans. I mean, I don't know what you make of that. Do we need a striker? But anyway, first things first. What is an acceptable season for Ten Hag right now? Do you feel?
um, I would accept as winning the league, but it's not realistic. Let's be honest with ourselves. every single Manchester United fan will love to see the team lift number 21, but it is not realistic. I think we've come a long way after Sir Alex Ferguson. We've tried different types of coaches. We've tried the chosen one. We've tried the special one in Jose Mourinho. We've tried a philosophical coach in Louis Van Gaal. We've tried an old player who is a legend of the club in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. No, things don't actually click, especially when it matters when it comes to the third season. Let's put that thing at the back of our minds. Now, there is a new kind of structure within the club trying to maximize competitive levels and also maximize output. And it's not going to take one day, it's not going to take 2 days. We've suffered for 10 years. It's not going to take only 1 year to sort out most of these things. So, things that are quite acceptable for Eric Ten Hag now is top four and at least a minimum with a domestic trophy because they are getting you signings that could get you ready to win. Because Matthijs de Ligt is a winner before coming to Manchester United. If you're having Mazraoui, he's a winner before coming to Manchester United. We are getting you Ugarte, who is playing with the Uruguayan national team, have played at the top level before, and is with Paris Saint-Germain. He's a league winner coming in. You expect them to count when it comes to players stepping up on the field to deliver success. Not to talk about the ones we have with Lisandro Martinez and all of these guys who've won during the summer when they went to the international clubs. So the standard is top four and a minimum of one domestic trophy. And that standard was actually set by Eric Ten Hag himself from his first season. You can't come into the club, be third, win a domestic trophy in your first season, be eighth, win a domestic trophy in the second season, and in your third season, go trophyless. I don't think that is the standard everyone is actually looking at. We are looking at top four, then minimum a domestic trophy, or even a Europa League, per the signings we are doing within this team to do something better. Eric knows this. No matter where Manchester United find ourselves, there is a need to maintain a certain level of standard somewhere at some point to make sure that we deliver. I was a pro Ten Hag, big one, huge one, because I felt first year he did well. Second year, injuries and other things impacted the performances of the players. So this is the third year. Give him the opportunity. Let's allow some certain level of continuity so that we could build something from there. I'm hopeful, but not exceptionally overly excited that we are going to win the league. I'm just hopeful that the top four or a domestic trophy will do for us.
Absolutely. I mean, we're Manchester United. Of course, we're going to expect the league. Someone like myself or yourself as well. I've been a United fan for 4 decades almost, and we became pretty used to winning league
Definitely.
titles and challenging for the Champions League, etc. So, it's a bit disappointing, isn't it? That we're challenging for top four. I know it's where we are right now. Lots of things have been done badly in regards to the Glazers, dragging us through the mud all these years. Of course, when Sir Alex Ferguson left, it was always going to be a problem. Felt like we made the wrong decisions in regards to David Moyes, etc. And it just became a domino effect of bad decisions in regards to that. But hopefully we could surprise a few people next season, and you never know what could happen if you get in. Winning is a habit, so is losing. Winning is contagious. If we start against Fulham and we win handsomely, then we go and we beat Liverpool at Old Trafford. You never know what can happen, because I personally feel that Man City are not quite where they were before, and also Liverpool as well. Obviously, the news that that Ruiz is leaving today.
Yeah.
That was big news today, of course, which I feel was a silly sell, to be honest with you. I think he's one of their best players. So you never know what's going to happen in the future. My only concern is that last season we had a number of fans who were against Ten Hag, and it's their duty now to support Ten Hag, because at the moment I'm seeing that they're scraping a few crumbs off the table. Every time he loses a game, they're going to jump on him again. And we can expect pressure from the media. We can expect pressure from our rival fans. That's natural. That's Manchester United. But the one thing it upsets me, kind of thing, is the fans, the Man United fans who are against Ten Hag. How do we get these fans on side? Because at the end of the day, some of them, they have big platforms. Their egos were hit last season because they didn't get what they wanted to get. So their egos were hit somewhat. And some of them celebrated his sacking before he was sacked as well. He didn't get sacked in the end. He ended up winning a trophy. how do we fight this? How do we avoid this kind of Manchester United fan base vendetta against Ten Hag? Because we need to unite as a fan base, of course, and without unity, it's just going to resonate, and we're going to start getting negative results, and then it's just going to keep getting worse and worse. What do you think is the biggest issue in regards to Manchester United and the fan base?
I think three things divided the fan base. You talk about one, people who really loved Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You know, I won't actually be angry with anybody that loves Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and felt like he should have been given time because he's a club legend, and the first two seasons were good. We enjoyed some good times, especially the night in Paris. That was really a splendid performance from the guys over there with a depleted squad. Then number two, you talk about people who were not so much happy with how Eric Ten Hag and Cristiano Ronaldo saga came about, everything that happened around that saga. There are people who actually support Manchester United because of Cristiano Ronaldo and the kind of things that he came to do at the club. And I won't begrudge any single fan or supporter that is actually having one player at least that he or she actually loves at the end of the day. There's nothing wrong with that. But it becomes quite problematic when you assume that the individual's needs should be placed ahead of the club, or whatever the individual does should be placed ahead of the club. That is where the problem actually comes from. And some Ronaldo fans had that. Then, thirdly, I think resource did not actually help Eric Ten Hag. And some Manchester United fans are born to see us winning. Some of them have not experienced the worst part of the club, and I can't begrudge them. It depends on when they started supporting the club, what they saw, and what they experienced as at this time. Like, experienced as you are, you've seen us in worst times before. So when results go bad, you know when to support your manager, you know what to do, you know how to adapt to the situation, but others can't. So the only way we can solve this particular issue is to win games. That is the maximum thing we can do. Win games. I know definitely we can't go unbeaten during the season. There are games where we are going to lose, but we should lose respectfully, and we should lose maybe honorably, so that even when people have claims, they cannot stand by it. For example, how we lost against City in the Community Shield. I know there were people that stood up. There were these guys who were against Ten Hag last season that came up with all sort of theories. This is what we are going to see throughout the season. It's not going to work again. Everything, all sort of negative things around the club. But I know some of them too who came back against them and said, "No, I am Ten Hag out." But I think we played so well against Manchester City. I think we did well. I think we could have won the game. If Rashford had not missed those chances, we will be there. I was so much encouraged by the performances. So that is how you turn heads. Lose honorably, win always. And I think we are going to be back, and we are going to have most of these guys supporting the club again.
We hope so. As you said, it's all about winning. In regards to the game on Saturday against Manchester City, what do you make of Rashford's performance? I mean, we know what Rashford's capable of. He's done it before, but his inconsistency. Can we keep carrying him every other season when he's not playing well? It's not only him, of course. We've got a number of players in that squad. Luke Shaw, who's been injured every single season, basically, or play a few games and is injured. But in regards to Rashford, those chances he missed, I mean, there were two big chances. And Mainu, it's funny because Mainu had a chance, exactly the same in the FA Cup final when he put it in the back of the net last season. What do you make of Rashford? Do you think the time is over for Rashford at Manchester United? Do you think he should move on? Do you think there's too much surrounding him in regards to noise, media noise, in regards to his lifestyle, etc.? Do you think it's time for him to move on? Because we do cling on to players quite a long time. We do, like McTominay. He should have been gone, I believe, a couple of years
Long ago.
But he's still here, and he looks like he might even stay another season. It's mad at the end of the day. Phil Jones, players like that, And do you think that Rashford should move on now? Do you think that would be a good idea to sell him on if we can?
If you're having a good value for Marcus Rashford, I'm not against selling him, especially when you're having between 90 million euros to 100 million euros. I'll be fine. I'll be okay with selling Marcus Rashford. he has enough potential. He's really talented. And when Marcus Rashford is having his day, I don't think any other fullback will be ready to face him. He's that kind of dangerous when he cuts in. 1v1, he has the needed pace. And Marcus Rashford is one player that I can't complain entirely about his finishing, because he's a player that gave us 30 plus goals just 2 seasons ago. How did he do it? You know, if you are not a good finisher, you can't do that. Definitely, there is a certain level of inconsistency when it comes to his performances season after season. But whenever Marcus Rashford is having his season and is giving us 17 goals minimum, you look at where it ends. It puts us up at the end of the season, because you look at 2019-2020, he scored 17 league goals. We're actually fighting for the first position until Manchester City gave us a gap in 2019-2020. Then you look at 2022-2023, Eric Ten Hag's first season, where he scored 30 plus goals. Another 17 league goals coming in, and you saw where we actually placed at the end of the season. So his goals has been enough to secure us some good positions on the league log for some time. And even in cup games, his goals has actually secured us some kind of positions or moment where we've lapped or we've actually moved to the next round of the said competition in cup games. But this season, you expect him to start racking up the back of the net as soon as possible. One, he's 26-year old. Rashford is not growing young again. He's not growing young again. He needs to start catching up. And you look at ages where you expect players to pick up. That is especially between 25 years to 30, 31. Between these particular 6 years, you expect players to be giving their maximum best. You expect players to be hitting their peaks. You expect players to be doing all sort of things, deciding games. He's a proper Manchester United Academy graduate, and most of the young guys at the academy looks up to him, and that is a plus. And he motivates a lot of these guys. Forget about his PR, forget about everything that happens off the field. I believe he's a good player. He can contribute his part, but he also needs competition within this team to bring the best out of him. The least thing we can do is not to sell Marcus Rashford as a stand, because it's very difficult to have wingers that could rack up what Marcus Rashford is giving to you for literally fees that are below 80 million euros. You are not getting it. You are not getting such a kind of player for less than 80 million euros, giving you what Marcus Rashford is. So we keep him, but we need to create a competitive environment for him to even challenge him more. This is the moment we need to challenge Marcus Rashford. Ronaldo was challenged at some point in time. If you could remember very well, there were these guys within the team who were racking up numbers. You had Ruud van Nistelrooy, you have Ryan Giggs. These guys are going to rack you up. They are going to push you to the limit. And the environment you are going to create for him this moment in time, with the kind of quality you are going to provide, and the level of competition for him, will prove whether he's ready to carry us to the next stage or whether he's ready to push himself to the next stage. Because Garnacho is gradually picking up. Amad Diallo has tagged up to the right wing position. And I think Jadon Sancho is also going to stay. If he is going to stay, then Marcus Rashford will need to make sure that he does things a lot more better than whatever we've seen him do during the Community Shield. He looked sharp during the Community Shield. He was okay, but the chances that he was actually missing at some point in time. So let's keep him, create a competitive environment for him, give him a challenge, and I think we are going to see the best of Marcus.
Well, I wish you nothing but best. And the thing is, as you pointed out, there he's proven he can do it. It's just the consistency of Marcus Rashford. And you made some good points there in regards to Cristiano Ronaldo. There was a time then Cristiano Ronaldo was scoring 1-2 goals a season. He wasn't
Yeah.
putting the ball in the back of the net. He developed later. And obviously, famously, Ruud van Nistelrooy is very frustrated with Ronaldo, with not crossing the ball, step overs. There was actually a time we were going to loan him out to, I think it was to Spurs or something. We were going to loan him out and see how it goes. But look at that, look what happened. The only issue is obviously is that Rashford is now 26, 27 years old and he needs to move. And not only him, we have a few players in there like Scott McTominay. I mean, everyone not knows me for, they called it the Scott McTominay hate. I don't hate Scott McTominay. I just don't. I mean, I come from an era of Roy Keane, Brian Robson, you know, these kind of Owen Hargreaves and even Juan Sebastian Veron, players like that, you know. And, you know, we've Scott McTominay, I just don't think is the quality to bring Man United forward. And especially in that midfield area, the engine of the midfield, you need someone who's going to lead from example. And I just don't think Scott McTominay is that guy. What are your opinions on Scott McTominay in regards to, is he that guy? Can he lead us forward? Can he take us to where we need to be in regards to his quality?
He scored a lot of goals for us last season, especially those clutch moments. I will never forget against Brentford, against some key games where he was there for us. He attacks the penalty box so well, especially that spaces that are exploited by midfielders, that zone which you expect any sort of your eight to always be in that position to shoot. And if you are getting other players in, I believe Scott McTominay is more of a squad player than a crucial player. Now there's a need to have crucial players, important players, and squad players. Now, crucial players would always be your starting 11, and not necessarily the starting 11 alone, but the kind of players you build your spine on. So, for example, with Manchester United, the crucial players are always going to be Onana, Lisandro Martinez, Casemiro, Marcus Rashford, and most importantly, any of the attackers, whether Rasmus Højlund or Zexi, to form that particular kind of crucial spine you would want. Now, you have important players that complement them within the starting 11. Important players like Diogo Dalot, you have important players like Amad Diallo, important players that will come into the number 8 position like Kobe Menu does for the team. These are players that are very important. Then you need the squad players. Players who can come from the bench and come and impact, not necessarily playing as midfielders. I believe going forward, we should sell Christian Eriksen and try and situate McTominay in and around the penalty box, sniff around the penalty box whenever we need goals. We need to find a way out of games. Alex Ferguson always had these players on the bench that they could come in any time and give you the win that you want. Scott McTominay has that particular kind of aura around him, especially winning games in the latter part of the game where things are most difficult for us. And the kind of position you are going to put him or where you are going to place him is very important in this particular aspect, being a squad player. You can't expect to put Scott McTominay in to be your backup number 8. You can't put Scott McTominay into the team as a backup to your number 6. No, but you can keep him as a backup to maybe your number 10 or as a backup to your second striker, someone who can give us goals at the end of the day when things or the going get tough. So those long balls, those clumsy moments within the penalty box, those clash moments you will need. But if you have the right figure around 30 million pounds or even 25 million pounds rising to 30 million pounds, I believe it's going to be a good sale. I've seen teams sell players that does not have the quality of Scott McTominay. Let's not forget that he has so much experience. He played in a double pivot for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We were second in the league with Scott McTominay and Fred. We played in the Champions League at some point in time, dominated at some point in time, getting to the round of 16 and even the quarterfinal with Fred and Scott McTominay. So these are guys that, upon every other thing, when it comes to their technical quality, that they don't have, they've had enough experience, or they have enough experience to play for other teams and deliver for them. And we've built their portfolio to a certain level that you can't afford to lose him for peanuts like 18 million pounds, 19 million pounds. No, at least 20, 25, 30 is really going to do. And let's not forget that he was a top scoring midfielder last season. How do you sell your top scoring midfielder last season for few or peanuts? We need money. And I know when the money comes in, it's going to be pure profit. But definitely, the quality of what Scott McTominay offers us, I think he's actually underrated when it comes to that aspect of the game. And I'm not saying he's an exceptional player or the best player that we've had in the club. No, but I'm only trying to insinuate that he's played crucial role in our build ups. He's played crucial role in this particular team at some point in time. He's played crucial role last season. He's always been there whenever we need him. And he has this particular clause. He's a Scottish international. He's a starter for the national team. He scored a lot of goals for the national team. He has that particular kind of CV to attract not less than 25 million pounds or 20 million pounds. If you are getting that money, good. You're getting a quality replacement. If you're not getting that money, I believe he should be a squad player and he could help us from the bench a lot.
Exactly. If he was a Manchester City player, he'd be worth a lot more than 30 million.
That is
Surely he'd
it.
be worth 40, 50 million. He'll be going for 100% the way they're selling players. It just goes to show you how badly run we've been. That
Really
players even
poor.
like Van der Beek going for nice 800,000. I mean, come on.
That's
I
poor.
mean, you wouldn't even get a League One, League Two player going for 900,000. This is Donny van der Beek, a Dutch international, who's touted as one of the best midfielders in Europe at the time, outplayed Real Madrid. I mean, we can't undervalue our players. At the end of the day, I know if we sell Scott McTominay, all the money goes towards our transfer fund because
Yeah.
he's a youth product, of course. So all the money goes towards our transfer fund. But as you said, it's spot on. We have to be careful that we don't sell him for peanuts. We have to make sure we get the full value for him. In regards to selling players, we've sold a few players. We're really bad at selling players, probably because of the wages that they're on, astronomical wages these players are on, and we can't get rid of them. Teams don't want to pay their wages. One player I want to mention is Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I mean, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I feel like he's highly underrated at Man United. Played left back last season, played right back, never moaned, never complained, was a model professional. I take it back to that game in Paris, as you were saying, when
Definitely.
he absolutely marked out Mbappe out the game completely. I think he's highly underrated. Gutted to see him go at the end of the day. Gutted to see him go. As a man from South East London, he played for Crystal Palace and stuff. And I thought he was a brilliant player. And when, before he signed for Man United, I was raving about Wan-Bissaka before he signed for Man. I thought this guy can defend. This guy is amazing. Even Wilfried Zaha said it last season. There was a game against Crystal Palace last season. Wilfried Zaha went clean through against Man United, and Wan-Bissaka came out of nowhere and just cleared them out, completely cleared them out. Any tributes in regards to Wan-Bissaka, in regards to your feelings and towards the player? Do you feel like he's been treated harshly? Do you feel like Mazraoui is an upgrade on Wan-Bissaka?
Um, it's quite a mixed feeling. Watching Wan-Bissaka join West Ham, I think he's the best plan B every single team in this world would love to have, especially playing against teams where they are going to pin you back, try to get their wingers, face your fullbacks in 1v1 situation, especially tricky and technical wingers that could take players on any day, anytime. You need Wan-Bissaka to always be there. But we've always held up to players for some time, which I feel we need to let players understand that Manchester United is as big, and when it gets to some point in time, we can move you on to also go and play for a different club, or more or less you've done your part for us, and we could see you also playing for another kind of team. But I believe two things really came into discussion when they decided to sell Aaron Wan-Bissaka. One is about the style and the system I think Eric Ten Hag will love to implement this season. We want to be playing with a high line, really possessive structure, where we're actually going to play more possessive football, try to have our fullbacks much more inverted. So you need players with that particular kind of technical quality to fix it in, especially as your fullbacks who could invent or more or less complement your wingers so well that they could create enough from the wings with either cutbacks or crosses, or could even shoot from either angles that they find themselves. So these things are very key in terms of how we want to play next season. And number two, I believe we've actually exhausted whatever Wan-Bissaka would give us. And in as much as he has enough quality when it comes to the defensive duties in 1v1 situations, I think one problem I had with Wan-Bissaka is defensive awareness. Sometimes he could switch off within a twinkle of an eye, leaving the opponent right behind him in that particular blind spot to pick up positions where opponents use it to really hurt us. And last season, it was quite evident in many games. And it's also left with his 1 year contract, which he could have actually stayed or even renewed. But you look at the salary he's trying to take and all of these things, and I don't think he's going to accept what he's taking now. He will literally love to take much more than what he's getting now. And I know that Sir Jim Ratcliffe, Sir Dave Braceford, these guys, Dan Ashworth, Jason Walkers, they want to minimize the level of money that we give to players these days at the club, and it is going to take some time. And the first step is selling some of these players, getting value for them, and using it to buy different players and bringing them in. Mazraoui is not your extravagant right back. He's not your extravagant left back, but he is one particular player that has real good technical. He has real top technical quality that could complement any other team in this particular world, especially playing as a fullback. So the main aspect of bringing in Mazraoui is about the technical quality he offers in his games. And I believe we need that kind of level to compete with teams. Even Burnley have stopped playing this hoof goof ball, and they are now getting in technical players that could keep the ball on the ground and dominate teams. And we saw it at Old Trafford. We saw it this season against teams like Tottenham Hotspur. Burnley was just possessing the ball, playing the ball around. And you could understand that these teams are moving away from such level. You look at teams like Everton and Co. Most of these guys are even prioritizing technical quality players now, instead of players who are really that physical, always want to go in for the tackle. But players that could be involved in the game, players that could be involved in the build-up, whether you are building with a 3-2, 3-2 kind of formation, or whether you are building with a 4-2-4, or whether more or less you are going with a 4-2-3-1, or whether you expect your fullbacks to invert and join the midfield in that particular kind of shape we've seen. These are all things you need players with high technical ceiling to come in and come and help. And I think Mazraoui fits that. He can play as a left back, he can play as a right back. And it's the technical quality you need him as a squad player to come and complement the ones we have. £12 million plus add-ons. I think this is a good deal.
Absolutely, Michael. That's been absolutely a really, really good insight from you, my friend. Thank you so much for joining me today.
You're
Um,
welcome, friend.
Let the guys know. Let me just read out. Actually, let me read out some of these comments. There's some comments going on, of course. Some people agree with obviously the real life defensive predator have a shootout in an urban no one song. Let me just read that one second. PSG must get the message that the striker deal ASAP or we move on. In regards to Ugarte, can you see that deal going through? There's a lot of noise about Ugarte. Obviously, Manchester United are not moving in regards to their valuation of him. I think it's 50 million or something like that. Can you see United going for any other targets? Maybe a Zubamendi? Obviously, he rejected Liverpool. That could happen. You never know. Can you imagine?
Definitely. I think PSG are being ridiculous with the pricing of Manuel Ugarte, to be very honest. They are being really ridiculous. The reason why I'm saying that is one, everything clearly shows that Ugarte does not fit into what Luis Enrique wants to do. He's not the type of midfielder Luis Enrique wants. Luis Enrique will always love players who are deep lying playmakers that could help in the midfield to dominate possession and also have enough technical quality to help build up from the first phase with ease and pickpocket spaces within the middle of the park. That is why he's so much in love with Vitinha in this particular aspect of the game. So you look at bringing in John Nevis to who is also having a high technical ceiling. He has so much technical quality that could complement Vitinha, despite being aggressive, being on the front foot, and being one particular defensive midfielder whom I really relish and cherish. That he could become a top central defensive midfielder in the future. So there is no place for Ugarte one in the system. There's no place for Ugarte number two in terms of the technical quality that Luis Enrique want from his central defensive midfielders. So the value for the player himself has actually gone down due to these two things I've mentioned earlier on. Then the next one comes in that he's not going to get enough playing time, which we saw from last season. Even without João Neves, it was always Fabian Ruiz, Vitinha, and Warren Zaire Emery. These three players mostly played. Even in the absence of Zaire Emery, there's Kyle Lee, who comes into the midfield to come and complement Vitinha and Fabian Ruiz. So there's no space for him within the starting 11. And number two, there's no space for him within the system or the type of football Luis Enrique will love to play. So this actually brings the value down. So you don't expect Manchester United to pay the same amount of money you pay to bring him from Sporting Lisbon. It's not happening. This is not Ed Woodward. This is not John Metef. This is not the old guys, Joel Glazer, Avram, or these guys you saw handling the sporting aspect of the club. No, these guys are going to go head to head with you. They are going to press you a lot. They are going to make sure they rinse you of everything that they are supposed to get out of you. Every single penny matters to them. And we saw it with Mazraoui, Matthias Delay. The deal was already done even before the Euros came to an end. But look at when they had to wait relax, be patient, and how they completed this deal. They should tell you about how they want to do. I know we are going to get him. And news coming in that in the last 24 hours, he has not trained with the Paris Saint-Germain team makes it quite positive. And something like a loan with an obligation to buy, a loan with an option to buy for maybe a good figure is going to be done by Manchester United, or more or less, they are going to accept the 35 to 38 million pounds, or even at most 42 million pounds with add-ons, as Duncan Castells reported some time ago. The reason why I don't doubt the figures of Duncan Castells is his relationship with William Mendes. Duncan has a good relationship with these guys from Portugal and William Mendes. So whenever he quotes a figure around a player who is managed by William Mendes, I don't doubt him. So these 42 million pounds with add-ons, I could believe it. And I believe if they should accept it, he would be the Manchester United player. If not, he stays. And I don't think no club is going to pay that value that they want for them. To be very honest, I'll be very surprised if a club pays around 60 million euros or 50 million euros for Manuel Ugarte. I'll be very surprised looking at where he finds himself. I'm not doubting his quality. He's a good defensive midfielder. Age is on his side. He has the ability to develop. 23 years, there's enough years ahead of him to develop. So if you're investing in him, you are getting it in the near future, especially when he goes through the right training. But the price and the situation that the team, Ugarte, find themselves in does not make it reasonable to take such amount of money or request such value for Manuel Ugarte. And Manchester United are just being smart. They are there waiting for PSG to reduce or the opportunity to arise. Personal terms already agreed. The moment something drops, quick, Manchester United are going to buy him. But if not, I think getting in Sanderberg or Fofana, I'm good to go.
Michael, that's an absolutely fantastic insight, my friend. I feel like Ugarte is a missing piece of the jigsaw puzzle, and Sanderberg obviously at Fofana. Fofana, I'm a big fan of Fofana, of course. I wouldn't mind Fofana. He's my second choice. Ugarte, then Fofana, then Sanderberg. But I'm interested to see what Ineos are seeing in regards to Sanderberg, because they would have done their research. They would have looked into him, and of course, they wouldn't want him for no reason. I mean, he's got 20, 30 million pound price tag, of course. But that's a brilliant insight, Michael. Michael, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on. Hopefully you can join us again sometime where we can talk about
anytime.
the season, what's going on so far. Hopefully we've had a good start to the season by then.
Sure, definitely. See you soon.
Take it easy, my friend. Thank you. That was Michael Akomeah. Thank you so much, Michael, for joining me. Absolutely brilliant chat that was in regards to the insights and getting a worldwide perspective on Manchester United, which is important. And that's what I like to touch on this show. Getting journalists, accredited journalists onto the show to talk about Manchester United. Big up everyone who's in the chat, who joined in. Good submission. Yeah, thank you. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to smash a like, guys. Charlotte Kessie, thank you so much, my friend. Jay Reacts, we finished 8th. How will that help us? Guys, we have to remain positive. You never know what's going to happen in this season. We have to remember we're signing players. Players are coming through the door now. And things are looking a lot more positive. Mark, sorry, bruv. I didn't get back to you, but sorry. But actually, no problem at all. I understand, my friend. I understand, my guy. No problem at all. Thank you so much for joining me anyway, guys. Night Running, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see you, my guys. Thank you so much for joining me for this with Michael Akomeah. Michael Akomeah, don't forget to follow him. Keep up to date with his tweets as well. He's an absolute legend in regards to football journalism and that from an African perspective as well. So, guys, absolutely brilliant. Donovan, let me have a look at this. Read this. Donovan. Kevin, how you doing, my friend? Sorry, I haven't got. I'm just getting through the chats right now. Manuel Ugarte, agent in Manchester. Wow, that would be incredible, mate. That would be absolutely incredible. Absolutely. Is he in Germany, bro? I'm not too sure where he is. I think he's in Accra at the moment. Oh, he's in part of Africa at the moment. What is his Twitter, bro? Michael Akomeah. So that's Michael. So Michael spelled normally. Then Ako, Akomeah. Big up. Very good journalist to have on. I love talking to him. Michael is absolutely clued on in regards to football. News that Ugarte, agent, is in Manchester. George Mendes is in the UK to deal the two deals. Amazing, mate. If we get these deals through the line, what can you say? We have no arguments. We have absolutely such a positive feeling going into the game against Fulham at the moment. It's been an absolutely crazy week at the moment, of course. But if we do get Ugarte through the door, if we do get that deal done, dusted. If we do get that deal done, mate, it'll be absolutely incredible, of course. Then we got Mazraoui, we got Ligt. Mazraoui and Ligt were training today, of course, separate from the first team. They're trying to work on their fitness, etc. But an absolutely great news going through. Noises going around Manchester United at the moment. Lots to be positive about. We have to be positive. The game against Fulham probably coming too soon for Mazraoui and Ligt. Maybe. Do you think any of those guys will play? Maybe one, maybe they'll get some minutes. I doubt, knowing Ten Hag, I think he's probably going to leave him on the bench for that game. If not, leave him at the squad. It's disappointing. He's a bit of a party pooper, but at the end of the day, this is how Ten Hag works. Ten Hag works on these fine margins and fitness. He's very strict on fitness, etc. So let's hope. I really want to see Licha and De Ligt in the centre-back position. It's making me absolutely laugh in regards to the hate for De Ligt, the media outpour, the media outcry. It's like we committed a murder. We signed De Ligt and Mazraoui. They're absolutely, no, he's not good. He's not good. Listen, we know it's a reassuring lie, mate. It's a reassuring lie. Tell the truth. Stop reassuring yourself that he's a bad player and Mazraoui's a bad player. They're not bad players. Bad players don't play for Bayern München, guys. They don't play for Bayern Munich. Do you know how hard you have to work to get to the level of Bayern Munich, right? You know how many leagues are in Germany to get to Bayern Munich? These people are crazy. They think these players are rubbish. They just click their fingers and they play for Bayern Munich. Mate, people are saying that he left Juventus, he got sold by Juventus. Mate, he was one of their best players. COVID harmed that deal. He ended up leaving. And he didn't leave to go to Sandhausen. He left to go to Bayern Munich. That's where he left to go to. So at the end of the day, these guys are hating. Carry on hating. That's what we love about Man United. When people hate on us, it means we're doing something correct, doesn't it? It means we're doing something right. Absolutely means we're doing something right, guys. So I'm excited. If we get Ugarte through the door, Sanderberg looks like it's promising as well. Sniper and I are slowly getting important for the announcement. There's going to be some more announcements. I got this feeling in my bones that something's going to happen huge. I do. I just believe it. I got this feeling by Friday, something's going to happen huge. And just before the Fulham game, they're going to make sure that Man United are going into that game with a buzz. With a buzz. My little bro just got scouted from PSG Academy to go at Aalborg on trial. Will be in Denmark for 2 weeks in the end. So big up, mate. Any tweets, anything you want me to help you with, anything you want. Aalborg, of course. Aalborg is Swedish, isn't it? Isn't it? Oh, it's Danish, sorry. Aalborg is a Danish club, of course, big club. My goodness me, big club as well. One of the big clubs in Denmark. Top four, of course, Aalborg, one of the bigger clubs, obviously, weren't they champions a couple of years ago? Weren't they champions, Aalborg? Definitely. Mad, mate. Congratulations, my friend. Well deserved. Unfortunately, unfortunately, yeah, it's different for me as daughter and stuff. But you never know. At the end of the day, you never know. Right, Matthew Hines, look out, maybe the next big thing. Matthew Hines, the next big thing coming out of Europe, mate. Coming out of Europe, he's the next Dwight York, my friend. He's going to be there. He's going to be, you know what? He's going to score goals and he'll be playing for Man United in no time. Don't worry about that. Obviously, he's got the full backing of everyone, of course. So hopefully he does the business at Aalborg. Big club in Denmark. Funny you should say Denmark. I was on a plane on the way back from Turkey. And basically there was this guy from Denmark on the plane. And you know when people go on the plane and they start conversation with you and you don't really want to start a conversation with the guy, right? And the key thing is like, I'll be like, do you watch football? And when they say they don't watch football, that's the end of the conversation for me. End of conversation, on the dot. I don't want to talk about uni. I don't want to talk about that. But you just gave me flashbacks of the guy, the Danish guy. I know it's totally off subject. But at the end of the day, I just thought I'd say that. Because at the end of the day, if someone talks to you on a plane and you're sitting next to them and they don't like football and they're a guy, goodness me, they have an issue. They have a big issue, my guys. Have a big issue. But the name is Matthew Hines. Look out for that name, Matthew Hines. 100% look out for that name. He's going to be a big, big player, guys. A big player. Can't wait. At the end of the day, anything can happen in life. Life, if you train hard, you work hard, you put your mind to it, anything, you can achieve anything, right? You can achieve anything. Mate, I worked with, in my life, I loved music my whole life. I grew up on reggae, on rap, on soul, on R&B. During the 80s, being raised in a one-bedroom flat, 5 of us, in East London. And I always dreamed of working with certain people, right? I ended up sitting next to people like Eminem and D12 and people like that, during my time in my life. And I couldn't believe where I had come from where I was, and you just have to work really hard. I bring people like, obviously, people in regards to entertainment and music and football. You never know. I mean, I was a footballer when I was younger. I was a right back, but I was never quite that good. Well, I thought I was good. We all think we're good, don't we, at the end of the day? But I thought I was good. But I remember I played football and I played as a right back, and I ended up getting really good. I ended up being scouted by Leyton Orient and played for the youth team. But at the end of the day, it was just too late. I was getting up to 21 years old and it didn't work. I ended up playing for Hornchurch, which is a non-league team. And, but if you have the support, if you support a dream, support the dream. If you support the dream, then obviously anything is possible. Anything can happen, of course. You never know. And obviously keep an eye out for Matthew Hines. Let's hope that he succeeds and he does big things. Hopefully, inshallah, as they say. United are interested in Ezequiel Palacios from Leverkusen. Would be an absolutely brilliant signing. Another player. Thanks, love. Another player that is absolutely brilliant. And I don't know why we're not scouting these players, but we only have one pair of hands. How many pair of hands do we have at the end of the day? We can only scout so many players. Big up Matt Melendo. Thank you for the comment. Absolutely scouting, the big scouter. We got some scouts in our comments here. Big scouts in our comments. Imagine if we signed Harry Kane. Too old. Don't want to know about Harry Kane. Harry Kane's a goal hanger. Harry Kane was the reason England didn't even win the European Championship. Standing up there, doing absolutely nothing. Absolutely useless. Tap-in merchant at the end of the day. Penalty merchant at the end of the day. I know that may sound a bit disrespectful. I just personally think he's overrated. I don't think he's anywhere near Andy Cole. I don't think he's anywhere near Alan Shearer. I really don't. I don't think he's near Dwight York, players like that. I really don't. Honest to God. That's just my opinion, but that's how I feel about that in regards to that, guys. But at the moment we got Xerxes, we got Rasmus, and we're happy with that. Let's see what they can do this season. Of course, every team is looking at the moment like they're a bit shaky. People are crying about our transfers when they're not signing any transfers. They're not signing any players. Arsenal fans complaining about our transfers, saying that our transfers are Spurs signings. Can someone tell me who Arsenal have signed? Can someone tell me really who Arsenal signed that is bigger than a Spurs signing? Can someone tell me? I can't think of anyone that they've signed that is an absolute baller, to be honest with you. I can't. I really can't at the end of the day. But we'll have to wait and see. We've had a good summer so far. Xerxes, Euro coming in. We've got Mazraoui, Ligt, and obviously we're going to have a midfielder hopefully in there as well. Ugarte would be just the icing on the cake, wouldn't it? We'd be absolutely ecstatic. We got Fulham on Friday, of course. Fulham is the big game on Friday. We need to win that game against Fulham, of course, and hopefully we win it handsomely. Shock Rafinha deal. Shock Rafinha deal. I mean, that would be a big deal, massive deal. We lost out on that Fulham player as well, didn't we? Recently, he's gone to Bayern Munich, hasn't he? The midfielder from Bayern. I thought he was a good player as well. I believe, but it would be amazing to get. I believe there will be a shock sign in this window. Whoever you think it is, I've been told there will be a shock sign in this window, and I believe it will happen before the Fulham game. Because if it happens before the Fulham game, what a boost that would do to the team! What a boost that would do to the team before the Fulham game! Absolutely, would be incredible. Of course, guys, absolutely. But it's very positive at the moment. Positive noises. Agents here. Let's hope we get another player through the door. Mazraoui, Ligt, basically confirmed, training with Man United. So, of course, that is good news. So that means that deal is going to go ahead. But, guys, I really want to thank you for joining me today. I'll be back a little bit of a twist today. Obviously, I had Michael Akomeah on the show, a journalist from Ghana. So he's an absolute brilliant journalist and well connected as well. So make sure you follow him, Michael Akomeah, absolutely, for all the insights and all the news about Manchester United. But guys, thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to smash a like. You guys are absolute legends. Thank you so much. I'll be back tomorrow morning for Breaking Dawn, of course. And if anything breaks, of course, I will be here live to bring you latest news and Sal reacts. It's been a while. He's a born United fan already. The dream destination for my little brother is United. That's the destination, and that is where he's going to end up, at Manchester United. And we will be here in a few years' time, celebrate and cheering your brother on, mate. Cheering your brother on. Hopefully, Mark, you won't be gassed and you won't disappear from the airwaves completely and go ghost on us. And hopefully you'll still be here, my friend. Hopefully you'll still be here, my brother. Hopefully. It's small steps, he has to work his way there. You know what? Every small step is a blessing. At the end of the day, if you work hard, you'll get to where you want to go. There's no stopping you, of course. There's no stopping you. With faith and hard work, and hopefully everything goes well, and then everything will fall into place. Hopefully you'll be blessed, and I hope that he succeeds, my guy. Hopefully he succeeds, guys. And hopefully we'll be going to some games at Man United, and you'll be getting us some tickets, some VIP tickets, prawn sandwiches and all that. We hope so. We hope so, guys. So I'm with Mark. I'm with Mark N. You know what I mean? I'm with Mark, mate. You don't reject me, mate. Give me that lanyard around my neck. That's what I want. At the end of the day, big up everyone, and achieving your dreams is absolutely important. Anyone, if you work hard, you can do whatever you want to do in this world. At the end of the day, we're an open book, guys. Improvise. Once he makes it, the tickets to the box will be a thing. Easy for you, bro. My guy. You see what I mean? I'm gonna print screen this, bro. I'm gonna print screen this, and I'm gonna bring it to you. I'm gonna show it to you. You'll be like this. You'll be like, what are you talking about, mate? Who are you? Big up, bruv. Big up. Anyway, guys, I better be off. I've been here an hour, 2 minutes now. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to follow Michael Akomeah. Please message him, tweet in the video as well. Let him know what you feel about the video. Let him know what his thoughts are. Brilliant journalist. You'll be seeing a lot more of him in the future. Absolutely connected. You name it. George Mendes, all that. Absolutely connected, my guy. Trust me. He's an absolutely great guy. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Please don't forget to subscribe and smash the like, people. It is very important for the video, very important for the algorithms, etc. Guys, thank you so much. I just want to read out a few things. Sniper Man, big up. Macmillan, big up. I just want to big up you all. Sorry I couldn't get through some of these comments earlier on. I just want to big you all up. Let me just go down. Kevin, big up. Shylock, big up. Jay, big up. Jay Reacts, big up. Night Running, where are you, my friend? Where are you, my friend? You've gone missing, you Jay Reacts. Real life defensive predator. Big up, Jay. Big up, everyone. Big up, Darkrow. Big up. Good to see you again, my friend. Good to see you again as well. Big up, Marvo. Amrabat, you're too slow. Amrabat's too slow for some people, of course. Big up, Mawea. Of course, big up, Mona. You guys are absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much for joining me today on this show. A little bit of a difference for today, but big up, of course, big up everyone. James, big yourself up. Thank you for joining me, mate. Sniper Man, of course, every day. Paps, every day. Thank you so much, you guys. I just want to say thank you to you all. Yo, Bruno, big up, you guys. Thank you so much. You absolute legends. I had to go through you all. Don't want to leave anyone else out, of course. I don't want to leave anyone out in regards to the chat. But thank you so much, guys, for joining me. Absolute legends. Please don't forget to join me tomorrow morning for Breaking Dawn. Absolute legends. Thank you so much. I shall see you tomorrow morning. Take it easy, guys. Have a splendid evening. Take it easy. Peace.